So today I've had a few students ask me how to needle felt, and it's so quick and simple. This will only take us a couple of minutes. Like, this is to do things like decorate your bags or anything that you've made that's made of wool. You can do it on a blanket or a sweater or anything you want. So we need a little bit of wool, and we need what's called a needle felting needle. These really aren't that old. Needle felting started happening in the late 1800s, and these are the needles that they used to make felt industrially. But this is a 36 triangular needle, and I like this because it's a nice medium-sized needle. And if you look closely at one of these needles, they have little barbs on them. So I don't know if you can see it there, but they have little tiny barbs on them that's going to drag the wool down into the fabric. You can buy these at yarn stores or fiber stores. There are a few places you can get them on Etsy online. Be careful of those that you get from foreign sources because they don't have barbs that are as good, and they won't drag your wool in. So some of the ones that I find that are less expensive than these don't work. So make sure you're getting it from a reputable source, someone who knows about fibers, rather than just any old source. Okay, so here we go. Here are the techniques for needle felting. So we take our wool, and we have to have a sponge underneath so we don't poke ourselves in the leg, because as you can imagine, the little barbs on this needle are going to be very uncomfortable. And so we're going to take this, and I'm going to decide that I want to do a circle. So I just roughly shape this in a circle, and I just start poking this into the sponge that's underneath my leg. So right now we've got wool that's stuck right into there, and it won't come out. And if you want this to be a skinnier line, then you just take that and drag it into the middle, and you can make that skinnier. And pretty much that's all there is to it. You can make any design you want using needle felting. Now, a lot of needle felting is very complex. They're making three-dimensional animals, but this is just for decorating your bags, and it comes out really wonderful. This, you can see, are some of the designs that somebody has put on fabric just by poking it into a piece of blanket. So have fun needle felting. Make sure it's one of these sponges and not one of those sponges that you use by the sink, but more like a car wash sponge, so that it can go into that sponge so you don't go into your leg. And just have fun. Cool. So here he goes. Here's some just examples of some of my students doing some of this needle felting. Pretty simple stuff, just poking that wool into the fabric.
What's that? I don't know.
And she's got the sponge underneath so she doesn't break her needle or poke herself in the leg.
And it's also like really wide over here, but really short.
Just adding that design. That wool is dyed with turmeric, and if you look at some of my other tutorials, you'll see a quick turmeric or dyeing tutorial out there. Beautiful yellow with turmeric.
Almost there.
And he's just putting that design around the edge of his bag. It's pretty simple to do, and just make sure you get it in there so that, and once it's in there, it doesn't come out. If you need to drag it in to make it thinner, you can do that. You can do this with yarn. If you don't have raw wool like this, you can make designs needle felting this way in tons of different ways.
Thanks for watching. Now it's time to create your own designs. Don't forget to subscribe.